let's talk about your job. What is it?
I connect single people for people that are looking for serious relationship.
Serious?
Serious relationship. No hookups. No second wife, no third wife.
Are you telling me people come up to you and say, hey, I want the third wife?
Ada. Second wife pejabat ada. Jadi I share that to their potential match. And then nanti baru di-set up datingnya.
Dinner.
Dinner, not coffee.
Because coffee is for...
It's for meeting, not for dating. Ya udah deh, gak apa-apa deh kalau misalnya selingkuh, yang penting dia balik.
How do you respond to that?
That's their own choice.
How do you know the relationship udah gak bisa ketolong?
Salah satunya adalah when you can't be yourself anymore.
You're happy and healthy relationship. Asumsinya adalah to know this much, you've been through hell.
Oh yeah, with NPD of course.
Can people change?
People do change if they want to change. Tapi NPD definitely not ya. Don't expect that.
Welcome to the Friday Podcast, a melting pot of all ideas and stories. Whether it's the resilience behind a punchline, the humanity behind a policy, or the spark that fuels a masterpiece. In our studio, we pull back the curtain and explore the other side of every story. Because here at the Friday Podcast, we talk, you listen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, E.S. Lawrence. It feels like a scam. It sounds too good to be true and might be the only episode that you need to hear. Indonesia's bespoke matchmaking service with global reach. Zola, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Where do we start? Okay, here. Let's start with this. Mm-hmm. Biasanya sebuah untuk ada di Heart Inc. atau mendapatkan jasa dari seorang Zola butuh 1 jam untuk mengenal seorang individu tersebut. Everything lo kulitin, baru di situ lo buat keputusan bahwa you deserve my service. We have an hour.
Okay.
We need to get to know you.
Yes. Let's get to know each other.
Let's not each other. I need to know you. Everybody knows me, and we need to know you. That's more important. Who is Zola? Okay, let's do this real quick. Who is Zola? Yeah, without your job.
I like that question because I always ask that people actually. Who are you without your title?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Zola is just a girls that love solo traveling.
Wow.
Enjoy me time. Enjoy party at the same time. Happy go lucky, and I always break the rules.
Well, you like to break your leg as well.
Yes. Thank you. I like to break the rules, and I like to enjoy a moment and like to try new things. That's me. I love animals.
Oh, I love animals.
I love animals.
I noticed something.
Yes.
You didn't mention your childhood or where you grew up.
Yes.
I'm assuming that was painful at all.
No. Painful. Painful.
Was it really? No, is this a joke? No, okay.
No. Of course ada painfulnya.
Of course.
I do have a childhood trauma.
Of course. Don't we all?
Yeah, I was born in Semarang.
Okay.
Semarang. And then I moved to Jakarta. And then my dad passed away when I was 7 months. Oof. When I was a baby. Okay. I'm the only child.
Wow.
And then I moved to Padang. Asli Padang. Onde-mande.
Okay.
And then sekolah di Padang, terus udah gitu kuliah di Jepang, Tokyo. Terus balik ke sini. Terus udah gitu I took the certification in New York for the Matchmaking Institute as a certified matchmaker. And then I run my business in here. But I was still work at the advertising company.
Oh yeah, agency.
Anak agensi.
Oh, okay. Anak agensi.
Anak agensi.
Asumsinya adalah pada saat itu belum mengerjakan hal-hal berbau digital berarti kan?
Belum.
ya, jadi nggak bisa disamakan anak agensi sekarang.
Beda.
Mungkin lifestyle-nya sama. Sama-sama lembur, sama-sama itu.
Oh sama.
Pitching.
Jam 3 pagi, jam 2 pagi.
Tapi formatnya berbeda. Okay. We've done that part. We slightly know you, but people know you from your job. Let's be clear bahwa your job is one unique job. Before we talk about it and what it is, how did it start untuk lo sebagai individu? Karena asumsi gue adalah dimulai dari SMP yang kayak orang-orang udah mulai nanya soal cinta gitu-gitu. Were you like the love guru di sekolah gitu?
Oh, I've dated many people when I was in school.
What's many?
So many people.
Can-
I've dated kayak banyak lah gitu maksudnya.
Masih bisa pakai jari tapi? Enggak.
I don't know, 30 kayaknya. But itu sebenarnya that helped me to get better understanding about people. Gitu.
Yeah.
Waktu zaman-zaman sekolah kan, sebenarnya waktu zaman-zaman sekolah pacaran sama ini 3 bulan bosan ganti.
Betul. Oke, mulai pacaran tuh mulai di umur berapa?
Pertama kali pacaran and then gue yang nembak loh. Gue yang nembak cowok itu kelas 6 SD.
6 SD. Wow.
Kelas 6 SD. Maksudnya maunya sama si A, kasih surat-suratan zaman dulu, pakai surat cinta. Tapi karena nggak mau ngasih langsung, akhirnya suruh teman kasih suratnya ke kelas yang 6 sana lah gitu ya. Ternyata yang kasih itu salah orang, namanya sama-sama Andi waktu itu. Andi mana Andi?
This is so funny. Terus?
Turns out, jadi di isinya itu adalah ketemunya di bawah gitu loh. Maksudnya kita pulangnya bareng.
Ketemu Andi yang beda.
Ketemunya di bawah, ketemunya pas pulang kita ketemu bareng gitu. Loh, yang datang si Andi yang satu lagi. Sebingung, Andi yang ini mana? Karena Andi terima surat Zola. Kan zamannya dulu ngomongnya gitu ya.
Iya ya, gak mau ngomong aku kamu apa
segala macam. Gak mau. Andi terima surat Zola. Oh, oke, ya udah kebetulan ini lebih ganteng ya udah ya nggak apa-apa. Jadi salah orang.
We have that in common berarti. I started really dating kelas 6 SD. And okay. I say really dating means it was a relationship. And she was much older.
Okay.
She was kelas 3. SMA.
Okay.
Jadi there was an age gap. So now you know my childhood trauma, my mother issue, you know that a little bit. So I've sticked with that. But it was weird for me. Karena I apologize, I'm telling my story because I want this to relate to yours juga gitu. Jatuh cinta itu tergantung pada era tersebut. That's how I feel. Era tersebut lagi ada film apa atau lagi ada lagu apa gitu. Dan make sense for me karena di era gue tuh banyak banget band-band lokal yang lagi ngomongin soal cinta gitu. Why was it how did it turn to be 30 di era lo gitu?
Gimana ya? Kayaknya era itu tahun berapa tuh berarti? 90-an kan? Ya 90-an lah. 90-an itu full dengan film-film romantis zaman dulu. Bisa jadi. Iya, bisa jadi. But that time when I dated someone, it's just purely that I want to date you. That's it. Jadi nggak ngelihat apa-apa gitu. When I remember gitu. Yeah. And then ke sekarang umur 30, umur 20 segala macam itu ada perbedaan.
Okay.
Definitely you evolve, right? Kalau dulu lucu, cakep ya udah jadian.
Iya betul. Sekarang nggak gitu. We'll get to that ya. I really want to go to that. Gue penasaran banget. But before we get to that, let's talk about your job.
Right.
What is it? Explain to us.
So matchmaker is connecting people like Nokia. I connect single people actually for people that are looking for serious relationship. Serious relationship.
No hookups, no
hookups.
Okay.
No hookups. No second wife, no third wife. No hookups. No.
Are you telling me people come up to you and say, "Hey, I want the third wife."
Second wife pejabat ada. Ada.
Okay. Berarti purely monogamy.
Monogamy. It's only for monogamy. And then yang mereka baru proses divorce itu juga nggak bisa. I don't take people that they just still file for divorce.
Harus secara hukum selesai.
Harus secara hukum selesai paling nggak udah 3 bulan lebih.
Oke.
Minimum.
Boleh punya anak?
Punya anak boleh, nggak ada masalah. Maksudnya as long as you're single, mau itu divorce, mau itu punya anak atau apa, yang penting nggak ada terikat hubungan dengan siapapun.
Okay, I need to get my mother to your service so we can talk about this later.
Single.
No, she's actually not right now, but I'm assuming she will be. Tapi that's a different topic. So let's continue. Okay. What else do we need to know?
And then, so I need to sit with you at least for 1 hour to get to know more about you, your love life, your personality, your values.
Okay.
Jadi the way I match people based on compatibility, personality to personality, values to values. That's how I match people. Then I can see for a long-term relationship ini okay gitu. There is a little bit of intuition.
Ooh. Wow, it's in your hands.
Yeah, I am very intuitive.
Oh wow.
Jadi, you know, when I match my client, kalau misalnya tahu ini bakal jadi nih ya, it's just jadi.
That spark gitu.
Yeah. Tapi kalau misalnya klien masih on and off, aduh tapi kayak ini enggak. Sometimes I always encourage my client to meet dulu aja, ketemu dulu. There must be something. Ternyata jadi.
Okay.
Di listen gitu.
How does it go? What's the step?
First, you need to submit your profile on the website, and then my team will reach out to you. Jadi nggak semua ya, di screening dulu. So if my team call you, that definitely lulus screening pertama.
What's screening pertama?
Dilihat dulu dari umur. Tapi sekarang udah nggak bisa ngeliat dari umur karena turns out my client, the youngest client that I have right now is 25 years old.
No.
25 years
25.
old. Exactly. There is a changing sebenarnya waktu pertama kali, which is 2013, being a matchmaker, and then pandemic, and then now.
I get what you mean. Yeah. Karena di pandemi mereka nggak explore untuk keluar, nggak hangout apa segala macam.
Yes.
Plays a huge role.
And then sit with you one-on-one. Terus jadi gitu, what kind of service that actually suitable for you, or are we the right fit for each other? If I don't feel the connection between us, I don't take you as a client. Atau kalau enggak mungkin ternyata kayak ada something yang di hide gitu, I don't take you as a client.
Ooh. I heard this in one of your podcasts. You don't take NPDs?
No. I had one. Terus akhirnya I kick off from my member.
Why? Because he was talking about me.
No, karena datingnya nge-push lah, too pushy.
Berarti, okay.
It's about me, definitely udah pasti.
Okay.
And then
Berarti pertemuan, karena it feels like what you're saying to me can already be curated through dating apps. Datang, lo bisa lihat screening, you put your bio and everything.
Yeah.
What makes it different?
The way the way I communicate with you, the way I talk to you,
the
way I
one.
throw the question. Yes.
Got it.
Jadi sebenarnya the questionnya itu tuh beda-beda. Kadang questionnya sama, tapi kadang mereka jawabnya beda-beda. There must be something why. So I check their behavior juga, gitu loh. Jadi nggak cuma, definitely it's a one-on-one. That's why I said it's a bespoke matchmaking.
Customized.
It's customized. I want to see how you treat people. I want to see how you behave. Itu bisa kelihatan sebenarnya.
Lulus bagian itu, you get sessions with you, okay? Ya kan? Dapat sesi. How do you connect them to people?
So it depends on the membership.
Okay.
6 months or 1 year membership.
Which is the 3,700.
Which is, it's 3,700. Starts from.
Okay.
And then I do have a lot of database. So I'm not only matching people based on limited to my database. Tapi kalau memang ternyata nggak ada yang match di database, I'll do hand and screening.
This is fucking weird. This is weird.
I'm a love hunter. I'm not a job hunter. I'm a love hunter.
Look, okay, you have database.
Yeah.
Assuming, and probably it's true, your database is not as much as Tinder, it's not as much as Bumble. Pasti nggak sebanyak itu lah, karena mereka punya data sebanyak itu.
I'm a quality over quantity.
Exactly. So you have curated names, curated members. Yes. Tapi kan pasti lo harus nyari di luar database itu.
Yeah.
What do? You go to coffee shop? You go partying?
No. It's as simple as, do you have a single friends?
Got it.
Everyone, they have their single friends, right? And then I ask. Ada, okay. Oh yaudah, coba sini ketemu dulu. Come to mama.
Net worth ngaruh dong?
Oh ya, harus. You have to have a huge network.
No, net worth.
Oh iya dong, ngaruh net worth yang ada.
Yeah. Berarti harus ada penghasilannya segini ditemuin sama segini.
Iya, yeah, financially stable. Tapi tergantung, ada yang mereka nggak terlalu melihat financial. So it depend on your criteria.
So if somebody comes up to you and say, Zola, I need somebody, I don't mind the looks, she's really nice to me, tapi dia harus jauh lebih kaya daripada gue gitu. Itu bisa.
Biasanya gue nanya, kenapa?
I just need a sugar mama. Itu nggak bisa.
Mama. Nyari sugar mama jangan ke gue. Nyari sugar mama ke mama yang lain, jangan ke mama Zola.
Okay. What happens then? You see dua individu ini.
Yeah.
Assuming yang ada di bank lo di di list itu, they're looking for love as well berarti kan?
Oh iya.
Berarti they're all looking for love.
Yes.
Oke. Bertemulah dua ini. Lo paksa ketemu.
Jadi aku akan share profilnya dia.
What's the profile?
Profile, because they're gonna submit their profile in my CRM database.
Okay, which is their face.
Phrase, profile semuanya, it's about you.
Oh wow.
Itu detail banget.
Nomor
Jadi
HP.
orang-orang semuanya, nggak cuma itu, very detailed.
Okay.
Jadi I share that to their potential match, and then nanti baru di setup datingnya. Jadi kita ada dating concierge. So we gonna book the reservation, book semua tempat reservation gitu lah, dipilihin tempatnya based on their personality.
Dinner.
Dinner, not coffee.
Because coffee is
It's for
for.
meeting, not for dating.
Say it again. I want that to be on the TikTok. say it again.
Sebel gitu orang yang suka ngajakin coffee for dating. Dating itu bukan coffee. Coffee is for meeting, not for dating.
I love you say that karena ada satu alasan lagi.
Ya.
Karena ketika lo ngopi, lo bisa kabur.
Iya, itu makanya berarti you don't want to put effort kan.
Betul.
Itu.
Dan memang terkadang first date itu it's about nyari celahnya di mana untuk bikin nyaman kan sebetulnya itu ya.
Iya.
Pasti nggak nyaman soalnya kan pasti.
Pasti awkward lah gitu. Tapi jangan dilihat apakah ini gue cocok sama dia apa enggak. Tapi pakai change your mindset ketika dating itu to get to know myself better. Instead of to get to know you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I
Karena
agree.
the more we get to know people, the more we get to know ourselves and better understanding about ourselves gitu loh.
Betul. Assuming it works, what happens?
And then we're gonna arrange for second date. Second date itu tuh either mereka bisa arrange sendiri karena nanti first date mereka nggak boleh tukeran nomor telepon.
Gak boleh.
Nggak boleh tukeran nomor telepon. And sampai nanti setelah mereka first date, aku akan telepon. Feedback session, how was your date? How is it? How did that make you feel when you go on a date? Jadi fokusnya sebenarnya ke mereka punya feeling.
Got it.
Rather than fokus ke-nya
Do you like him? Yeah. Okay.
Ada orang suka gitu, jadi mereka akan isi form gitu, completely about you. Do you enjoy the conversation?
Nice.
Do you feel energized nggak pas ketemu?
Okay.
Is there anything that you still curious about him, about her? Gitu.
And then assuming the last question would be, do you want a second date? Berarti
Yes.
kan? Okay. Second date happens and then what else?
Second date happens, ya udah just get to know each other aja gitu. Nanti mereka biasanya kasih tahu lanjut, karena I always text my client progresnya di mana, sampai mana progresnya.
Oh.
Itu selalu.
This is what. Okay. Sebelum itu, what if it doesn't happen? Gak suka?
Nggak apa-apa, ya udah we change and then we move to the next one.
Ganti dari database lagi?
Ya.
Sampai berapa kali?
Depend on the membership. Kalau yang 1 tahun unlimited, kalau yang 6 bulan itu 2.
Unlimited tuh as in I can get new dates every weekend?
Not every week, definitely. Jadi kayak minimum 4, maximum could be 5, it could be 6.
Got it.
Karena kan kita nggak nyari.
Betul. You gotta give
dating.
love some time.
Yes.
Betul. Okay. This surprised me. Success rate lo 87%.
87%. Yeah.
How proud are you about that number?
I'm proud of that. Karena progresnya lumayan tinggi ya, maksudnya dari yang awal.
Oh, awal
sampai
nggak
yang
segitu?
Sekarang. Awal tuh masih kayak, kayak 75%. Pas awal-awal, karena masih baru kan.
Got it.
Nah,
That's
sekarang
already good number.
Yeah, and then majority of my client, they continue and then they're get into relationship after first date.
Okay.
And then kadang juga gini, the way I match people tuh is very unique. It's up to me who I want to match first. Walaupun tahu kayaknya lebih match sama yang ini. No, I want people to learn about themselves juga from other people. So
Jadi,
at least when
yeah,
you come to Hearting, you not only get the matches, but you also get to know yourself.
Yeah, that's the most important thing
Yeah.
sebetulnya. Okay. 87%. What success rate? What success berarti? Is it them dating? Is it getting married? What is it?
Marriage udah pasti.
Oh, gitu.
Dating ya, married udah pasti. Dating, terus relationship definitely.
But I'm assuming it's not guaranteed happiness dong.
No.
Yeah,
no,
you can never guarantee
no.
that kan.
Also, there is no guarantee that you come to me, you will be in a relationship. I'm only introduction service. Relationship, it's up to you how you want to build the relationship.
Wait. So people can come to you but not asking for a relationship.
Bukan. Maksudnya bukan garansi bakal menikah, garansi bakal relationship. Karena kan itu balik lagi kedua-duanya gimana kan. Dia maksudnya mencocokkan diri satu sama lain gitu loh.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you that you gonna I'm gonna introduce you with your potential match based on the values. Terus begitu compatibility gitu. Yang susahnya kan mereka itu ketemu dengan other single.
Betul.
Yeah.
So you're calling them clients dong, berarti?
Clients, VIP clients.
Have you ever fell in love with your VIP clients?
No.
How do you find that gap? Because you meet new people every day.
I met new people every day.
Yeah, I'm assuming dong.
Yep.
That's a genuine question, no?
Yeah.
Iya kan?
Iya. Lebih ke kayak okay, interesting. That's it. It's only that. Tapi kalau misalnya mereka yang try to approach me itu ada. Itu ada beberapa.
Coba dong, I wanna hear. No, don't you go to another topic. I wanna hear this one.
Itu ada, ya udah I carry it off. Ada yang bilang bisa nggak kalau misalnya someone like you, like me, like what?
Wow.
Itu ada.
And then you cut it off.
Ya iya dong, it's being professional. Of course.
Yeah, but I mean, I know it's professional, tapi kan when you talk about love, it's feelings gitu kayak.
Ya. So far sih belum ada.
Oh, karena lo nggak ngerasa hal yang sama gitu kali ya. Oke.
Mungkin atau kayak karena kan karena my intention purely professional gitu. Jadi nggak ada mikir apa-apa segala macam. When I sit and then I talk with you, we sit together and just being professional.
Got it. And this brings me to a new topic yang I wanna quote you. You say fuck the sparks.
Oh yeah, fuck the sparks.
Karena that does not define the relationship ke depannya gitu. Berarti bukan spark yang dicari di date awal sebetulnya. Ini bukan ngomongin service lo aja, tapi semua hubungan secara general ya. It's not the spark that you need to find.
No.
Berarti ketika dulu zaman-zaman gue orang bilang ada chemistry-nya nggak?
Iya, chemistry kan.
Itu tuh it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, what matters?
Connection.
Differentiate.
Chemistry itu is just kayak butterfly on your stomach dan itu tuh nggak long lasting.
Honeymoon phase.
Honeymoon phase atau attraction sebenarnya. Jadi instead of dari orang itu kebanyakan looking for chemistry itu lebih ke attraction. Ada nggak ya attracted nggak ya? Attraction nggak ya? Dari looknya gimana gitu loh. Lebih ke sana. Karena attraction itu tuh kan biasanya dari physical pertama dulu. You get to know someone only for what? 1 hour? 2 hours? Yeah. Oh ya connect and then you get the chemistry. Dia bilang connect itu chemistry, padahal kan connect itu belum tentu compatible.
Got it.
So fuck the sparks. Actually you can build the connection. Karena ketika build connection, chemistry itu will follow.
Benar.
Chemistry itu akan datang dengan sendiri karena klik kan.
Betul. Dan yang paling penting tuh chemistry-nya ada terus berarti kan. Jadi lebih lama dan lebih banyak gitu ya.
Iya, chemistry itu kan how we maintain that.
Betul.
Actually. Nggak bisa itu yang chemistry itu nggak akan ada terus. You have to build that. You have to maintain the relationship and then the chemistry.
Okay, your service makes a lot of sense for me karena di zaman sekarang, assuming because the last time I dated someone was my wife who was 9 years ago gitu. Jadi assuming nowadays you can find information about an individual lewat satu kali ketikan.
Yeah.
So I put Zola Yohana, terus I know when you were born, where do you live, apa segala macam. It's on Instagram and everything. Jadi sebetulnya jadi ada obrolannya jadi semakin dikit gitu karena gue udah tahu lo lebih banyak anyway gitu ya kan. So I'm assuming it works for your service gitu. Apakah itu menjadi permasalahan kenapa orang tidak mudah jatuh cinta sekarang?
Enggak juga. In my service, I don't share last name. They can't Google it.
Okay.
Jadi mereka, let's say misalnya mereka kerjanya di mana, company-nya di mana, I don't share it. Anything related to data, private, itu nggak di-share. So you can't Google.
You don't know mutual berarti?
Enggak. Kan soalnya yang di-share profile. Completely profile. Kadang ada yang, oh ya I start Google, cari nama ternyata ada fotonya misalnya gitu ya, ada gitu. I always encourage people, try to get to know them as a person. Karena kita gak bisa ngelihat mereka atau rely on to social media only. It's only 0 berapa yang hidupnya yang ada di situ gitu yang di-share gitu.
Berarti itu permasalahan percintaan dunia? Bahwa oversharing dan mencari tahu dulu sebelum ke orang ya. Itu permasalahan utama.
It's a human nature kan. Mau tahu dulu nih siapa sih gitu.
Got it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Itu normal. Tapi balik lagi, don't rely on to that 100%. Karena kalau misalnya kita cuma rely itu, jadinya nggak ada the willingness. The willingness to try to get to know someone.
Ini agak jadi kompleks. Tapi kalau ngomongin sejarah, apakah it makes sense gitu bahwa pasangan zaman dulu last longer than pasangan sekarang? Karena zaman dulu teknologi belum se-advance itu.
Bisa, dan mereka kan punya values di mana menikah itu sekali. Kalau dulu, Iya kan? Kalau dulu itu kan yang penting kita menikah sekali seumur hidup, ada apapun segala macam.
Value itu masih ada sekarang?
Iya udah. Beberapa orang still hold that values. Yang penting ya udah deh, yang penting kan masih bisa dipertahankan. You know, values dalam yang penting agamanya oke gitu. Kita kan nggak bisa pakai. Jadi banyak perubahan values actually yang kita udah nggak bisa, mungkin nggak bisa, tapi ada beberapa orang yang masih hold that values. Contoh sesimpel kayak misalnya ya udahlah selingkuh yang penting masih balik.
Jesus.
Oh itu banyak. I handle that client karena kan I'm not only doing matchmaking.
Yeah,
but
you're
also couple
consultant
counseling.
juga kan.
Yeah. Couple counseling juga. Itu banyak ya udah deh nggak apa-apa deh kalau misalnya selingkuh yang penting dia balik.
How do you respond to that?
That's their own choice.
Ih.
Balik lagi kadang that's why I always encourage people to get to know yourself. Get to know you dulu gitu before invest in someone
But
else.
you could see somebody in pain dong.
Oh iya.
I mean, if I was a consultant, I would have the urge to save you from drowning. You get what I mean?
Yes, of course. But we can't decide it for them. I only can do guidance. Nih begini loh.
Kasian ya.
Konsekuensinya, ini konsekuensinya. Karena psikolog segala macam itu sebenarnya mereka nggak bisa decide sesuatu.
Betul.
Jadi banyak banget yang DM nanya, Zul gue harus putus apa segala macam. You won't get the answer from me. Don't ask me gue divorce atau gue lanjut.
You know the answer.
You know the answer. The moment you ask, you know the answer. Apalagi kalau udah mulai Google, sign harus putus.
Ada tanda-tanda harus.
Tanda-tanda kapan waktunya putus. Nah itu the moment you Google it, the moment you know that actually you need to break up.
You're right. Gue masuk di umur, I'm so embarrassed to say this. Gue masuk di umur di mana teman-teman gue pada cerai.
Okay.
28, 30,
Right.
so on.
Yeah.
Kebanyakan yang mungkin pada nikah zaman pandemi and so on gitu. Gue ada satu kalimat yang whenever they say this, I shut the fuck up because I don't want to get ini. Gue stay demi anak. Zola, you say it, not me. What's your take on this?
No, I always, especially for toxic marriage ya, unhealthy marriage, abusive, semua itu kan jatuhnya udah kekerasan soalnya kan ya. Kalau udah related to abusive, physical abuse. Dan nggak pernah encourage orang untuk stay in the marriage just because of a children, because of your kids. Tapi kan banyak faktor ya. Kadang mereka stay satu karena image di luaran sana. Kalau status janda, duda nanti gimana. Tapi majority karena status janda. Ya. Terus udah gitu yang kedua karena family. Nggak bisa harus stay lah. Kasihan anak, kasihan orang tua atau family gitu ya. Atau society. Terus faktor ekonomi.
Nanti pembagiannya gini-gini.
Ya karena faktor ekonomi mungkin salah satu nggak kerja. And then they rely on the finance to their husband probably. Atau salah satunya lah gitu. Ada faktor itu juga. Dan mereka stay sama anak kesian karena nanti anak nggak dapat keluarga yang komplit. Kebanyakan gitu.
Padahal you should live for your kids gitu.
Yes. Because yourself matter too.
Got it.
Mereka kebanyakan mikirnya buat anak dulu, yang penting anak gini. The same thing kan kalau misalnya di pesawat kita masih nolong diri kita dulu sebelum kita nolong orang. How can you help other people if you can't help yourself?
True.
Gitu.
Wow. Angka, I'm gonna give some stats here. I love stats. Kasus cerai di Indonesia tahun 2024, data baru keluar. This is fucking surprising. 528.000 orang.
Naik ya?
Naik.
Ya.
Dari 400 sekian. Which I started counting adalah sejumlah populasi Brunei.
Really? Itu dari 2024.
Ya.
Hanya 2024.
Ya.
Oh wow.
So, and this is surprising. 30%. Can you guess alasannya apa?
Apa? Financial?
Yes.
Finance?
Judi
Yes.
online.
Oh.
Judi online. More specific.
Okay. Interesting.
So, what I want to get adalah di sini bahwa assuming judi online adalah kesulitan finansial. Assuming as well bahwa ini pihak laki-laki yang tidak mampu melakukan pekerjaan mereka. Berarti permasalahannya bukan siapa yang kurang kerja keras atau apa, tapi keburu mepet terus pada panik apa segala macam, so end it off. So assuming it's a communication problem, tidak bisa mengkomunikasikan.
Yeah.
Now I want to get to that topic karena it's very important, especially for men. Kenapa laki-laki kurang bisa mengkomunikasikan perasaan dan permasalahan mereka?
Salah satu faktor sebenarnya upbringing dari family. Ada dari upbringing dari family, how they grew up in the family, which is cowok harus kuat, jangan terlihat lemah. Itu salah satu. Oke. Ketika nangis nggak boleh nangis, cowok harus kuat, nggak boleh nangis. Itu yang kadang juga tertanam kan sebenarnya di diri, their mindset actually I can't be weak gitu. Terus udah gitu the idea of being vulnerable or sharing itu weakness. Padahal actually it's courage.
Oh, that's right.
Karena you let your guard down, your pride, your ego, and share it to your partner without any judgment. We don't know how they're gonna respond, right?
Yeah.
Let's say as simple as I'm afraid to lose you. Itu kan kayak gila. Gue harus ngomong itu kalau itu ego dan pride yang ngomong gak akan mungkin.
Yeah.
But because you want to connect with your partner, and then you want to know, how do you feel when I say this? This is me being vulnerable to you. Gitu loh. Jadi pasangannya kan juga pasti kalau misalnya memang mau merespon, mau tahu, oh tell me more, kenapa? It's communication.
Okay.
Communication kan dua belah ya.
Betul.
Jadi karena ada salah satu faktor itu juga.
Ini salah satunya nggak? Takut responnya tidak sesuai dengan harapan.
Iya. Jadi kadang mereka, mau cewek mau cowok, ini juga salah satunya ya. Mau cewek mau cowok itu kadang mereka takut untuk ngomong karena takut nanti responnya yang udah dia create di otaknya sendiri. Itu juga ada. Aduh, nanti bakal begini. Takutnya nanti kalau ngomong nanti gini.
Yes. I am I'm embarrassed to say this, tapi that's how I felt di awal-awal gitu, bahwa sampai akhirnya pasangan gue bisa bilang bahwa it's all in your mind.
Yes, the anxious thought.
Where we can communicate, and that's how the relationship work and that it gets built gitu. Cuman I don't know. I hope I'm getting better at communicating with my wife. Cuman it took me a while. It didn't just go, okay, I'll start communicating how I feel. I'm having a bad day. How do you do this? Apa segala macam. We did lots of theories. Salah satu teori yang kita lakukan, I heard this from I think a podcast gitu, gue pernah dengar, bahwa hubungan itu bukan soal lo bawa 100%. It's not 100%, but it's how that relationship becomes 100. So when I'm feeling 30%, you gotta bring the extra 70%.
Oh, yeah.
When you're feeling 20 on your period, boy, I gotta give you my 80% to you gitu. Itu yang pelan-pelan kita sampein ketika kita pulang ke rumah gitu. I'm feeling about 25 right now. I'm feeling about 40. Right. You know what? I'm feeling 50. Do you feel like dinner? Yeah. Okay, we'll do 50-50 yang gitu-gitu loh. Yeah. Tapi gimana caranya teman-teman di luar sana yang tidak punya kesempatan untuk belajar tentang hal itu gitu? How do you start communicating?
Practice dulu aja. Karena communicating itu kan kita sebenarnya takut. We create something in our mind which is the anxious thought tadi. Okay. Like you said, there's no such a thing as 50-50 in relationship. Yeah. There is a time that I'm feeling down, and then you need to show it for me, atau sebaliknya, gitu ya. That's a relationship. Dan kalau misalnya buat mereka yang agak susah untuk ngomong, practice untuk ngomong, just use the I statement dulu. I always say this to my client. The I statement is actually you focus on your feelings and you have responsibility to your feelings rather than blame it to your partner. Contoh.
Oh iya.
Contoh misalnya gitu ya.
Yeah.
Contoh misalnya gini. Pasangannya sibuk. Yang harusnya janji dating this week. Ternyata nggak jadi. Kemarin juga cancel gitu ya. Kamu selalu cancel deh, kamu sibuk terus deh, perempuan misalnya gitu, atau laki atau siapapun. Kamu selalu sibuk deh. Kan kita harusnya dating. Definitely as a human being is natural to just feeling defensive and feeling attacked. Kan gue kerja. Gue sibuk, kan gue kerja. Itu udah pasti respon yang awal gitu. You blaming it to your partner. Jadi ada blaming kan, you pointing it to your partner. Tapi when you use the I statement, use how do you feel ketika dia sibuk? Do you feel ignored? Do you feel sad?
Betul.
How do you feel?
I feel ignored.
Focus on that. Focus on your feelings. Okay, I feel sad. Kenapa? Ada apa? Kenapanya itu bukan with you, bukan ya? The situation. Karena kalau misalnya karena lu lagi, itu pointing lagi. Contoh misalnya dating tadi. harusnya dating akhirnya nggak jadi kan. I feel sad because we supposed to date this week tapi nggak jadi.
Yeah.
Okay, the situation, right?
Yeah.
And what do you want?
Yeah.
And tell them, can we do it next week?
Ya, ada solusinya.
Ada solusi. So you're responsible with your feelings rather than focus on other people and blaming it. Karena pada dasarnya orang akan feel attack.
Okay.
Gitu.
I remember this. Pasangan gue lagi, dia pernah bilang, aku merasa tidak diutamakan bahkan ketika kamu memutuskan untuk let's say menikahi aku atau kita pacaran udah lama gitu. Itu buat gue you're right gitu. So I know how she feels and that hits me more than saying you're too busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So use I statement in komunikasi ini nggak hanya with your partner ya, with anyone. Always use I statement.
But I statement can be dangerous karena mencari validasi, bener atau enggak?
Enggak juga. Tergantung sebelah sana melihatnya kayak gimana. Sementara yang sini berusaha untuk express the feeling. Berarti dia responsible with their feelings dong. I feel sad, I feel mad, I feel angry because of this and I want this.
Yeah, okay.
Hey guys, sorry for interrupting the podcast. We have a special announcement. Kita sedang berkolaborasi dengan Avalanche, sebuah brand parfum, dan kita membuat 2 varian. Ada the host dan juga the interview room. Both smells really good, dan it represents the podcast itself. If you're a fan and if you're a friend, jangan lupa langsung beli. Link in the description. Now, let's get back to the podcast. Thank you.
Menang kalah di hubungan ada nggak?
Nggak ada. Itu bisa kalau misalnya you see each other as rival ya.
Iya, rival. Iya.
Sebagai kompetisi.
Itu nggak bagus berarti kan?
No.
Okay.
You are a team. You are a partner.
Berarti mencari validasi atas kesalahan seorang individu itu salah berarti.
Sebenarnya gini, validasi itu banyak orang yang mereka nyari validasi. Tapi again balik lagi, as a partner juga nggak bisa you keep searching for validation all the time. Sama dengan needs. Okay. Your partner nggak akan bisa fulfill all of your needs. You have to have another needs yang bisa di-fulfill outside of your relationship gitu, eksternal gitu. Jadi itu nggak bisa jadi gini, intinya adalah when you have a partner, that's your partner, which is a partnership. It's a team player. Gitu. That's why ketika berantem, ketika egonya sama-sama naik, just keep remind each other that when you fight, this is not us against each other, but it's us
against the
versus the problem.
Got it.
Gitu.
Bukan me time sih. Memberikan jeda atau ruang terhadap hubungan ketika lagi panas itu fundamental.
Harus.
Setuju. Oke.
Harus. If you feel flooding gitu ya, lagi berantem gitu ya, udah mulai berasa. Kalau misalnya nggak tahu you feel flooding atau enggak, feel the sensation on your body.
Ya.
Kadang kan kalau kita lagi marah, emosi kayak gitu kan ya. Take a break dulu.
Gimana cara break itu tidak menjadi alasan untuk flight mode? You get what I mean?
Yes. The responnya flight mode itu ketika tiba-tiba main hilang aja. Tapi when you communicate, aku lagi
give me
emosi,
some time.
Iya, let's take a break dulu. I'll get back to you.
Dan tahu diri, nggak tiba-tiba misalnya main pedal, nggak tiba-tiba.
Dan siapa yang take a break, ya, dia yang harus balik ke pasangannya. Dan satu hal, taking a break itu tuh bukan berarti waktunya untuk mikirin nih harus gimana. Calm down. It's up to you. Mau main pedal silakan. That's gonna help you to calm down.
But communicate.
Yes. Mau apa? Mau baca? Mau ngapain? Silahkan gitu. Jadi bukan berarti kalau misalnya memang harus emosi harus diselesaikan saat itu juga. No. Don't trust or don't make decision when you get angry.
Got it.
Don't trust that decision.
Okay. Zola, I'm sorry, but I want to get to you sebetulnya. I don't want this to be a counseling and everything because you do this a lot. How did you know? When did you know that you were so fucking good at this?
I'm still learning.
I know everyone's still learning.
Yes,
to get to this stage, how did it happen?
Well, I like to try. I like to learn new thing, and then I like to look inward.
Got it.
Jadi even up until now, I still defensive sometimes. Ketika misalnya my fiance ngobrol, and then sometimes I feel attacked. When I feel attacked, then I realize or I get triggered. I realize that actually, this is from past atau this is from my trauma.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. That actually not you triggering me, tapi that moment triggering me. Jadi penting banget to have a self-awareness gitu loh. To have a self-awareness that actually know that, oh ini tuh ternyata bukan karena ini, kenapa gue begini ya. Dari dulu tuh gue paling suka tuh look inward. Jadi instead of lihat the situationnya kenapa gue belakangan tuh sering gini ya.
Kenapa reaksi gue tadi begini ya?
Iya. Kenapa gue reaktif ya, bukan responsif.
Oh, fuck.
Gitu.
You're in a healthy relationship right now?
Oh yeah, I'm happy and healthy
You're
relationship.
happy and healthy relationship. Asumsinya adalah to know this much, you've been through hell.
Oh yeah, with NPD of course.
Fuck.
But again, kalau misalnya nggak, itu during the pandemic. Kalau misalnya nggak ketemu dengan NPD,
Iya.
I won't
you
share
won't
this to
yeah.
other people gitu. So I never regret.
Can people change?
People do change if they want to change.
Got it. So, berarti
Tapi NPD definitely not ya. Don't expect that. I'm not talking about NPD.
You're so against NPD. Which NPD is the worst, to be honest. I can't deal with them. Tapi anyway, going through all this gitu, meeting clients every day dan menjalani hari-hari gitu. How does meeting new people affect your relationship?
Oh, I get a lot this question. Pertanyaan yang paling banyak itu ditanya, Zo kan banyak yang share ya,
Yeah.
Which is yang dia sharing every day itu kayak negatif kan,
Betul.
segala macam. And then does it affect you? And I said no, because I know what I want.
Correct.
Jadi I know what kind of relationship that I want. That's their story, not my story, gitu loh. Tapi efeknya jadinya karena kan kita bisa belajar sesuatu dari orang lain ya.
Betul.
Kita semuanya masih figuring out kok what we want, gitu loh. And selagi kita masih hidup pun juga kita masih learning, and then we still evolving, and we still get to know our partner gitu. Dan kalau misalnya di momen dimana let's say misalnya dia sama pasangannya sharing atau cerita kalau pasangannya selingkuh misalnya gitu ya, selingkuh hanya karena ini, there's another story juga, selingkuh karena for BDSM. Sama pasangannya dia nggak bisa BDSM, and then jadinya dia cari the lain untuk BDSM. Their relationship, their marriage, all good.
Wow.
Tapi again balik lagi, if you're talking about apa infidelity and cheating, itu banyak faktor soalnya. Tapi karena itu, dan jadinya I learn juga from other people that actually selingkuh itu tuh banyak faktor juga gitu loh. I dig more. Gitu. I love everything about science kan, human behavior.
Of course, and human design and everything.
Oh yeah, human behavior.
Can you justify cheating?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Cheating. Jadi you have to talk with your partner and communicate with your partner what cheating means for both of you. Karena setiap orang beda-beda.
Benar.
Your cheating and my cheating probably different gitu kan, beda kan.
Yeah.
Setiap orang beda-beda. Have you ever talk about it before with your partner? Okay. Jadi ngobrol dulu karena sekarang lagi banyak selingkuh kan ya. Ngobrol sama pasangannya, tanya what cheating means sih,
Betul.
gitu loh. Oh ya, cheating itu berarti kalau udah flirting. Oke, atau kalau enggak udah physical. Karena banyak soalnya macam-macam. Setiap orang pasti beda-beda. Yang paling sering adalah kamu selingkuh ya? No, I'm not. No, you're cheating on me. No.
What did I do?
What did I do? I don't have sex with her. I don't have sex with him. So, maksudnya dia berarti cheating itu berarti getting to sex.
Ya.
Having sex, right? Sementara mungkin buat pasangannya bukan itu gitu.
Ya, karena cheating, okay, this is ini juga unik nih. And I learned this the hard way. I used to have an ex yang menganggap bahwa what I did was cheating. Padahal I was raised in a family, because it was a European family, it was very normal to be very physical. It's a kiss on the cheek, you meet and you hug, you do all that gitu.
Yeah.
Dan merasa bahwa no, in my family we don't do that. You don't even touch girls gitu kayak. So what you did is hurts my feeling. I'm like, okay, it's too late now. We didn't get to talk about this. Cuman I beg to differ gitu dan nggak ketemu gitu. So it's really important untuk mengkomunikasikan apa itu arti selingkuh berarti.
Yeah.
But
define cheating.
Okay. Then in that way you can justify whether this is cheating and this is not gitu.
Yes.
Okay.
And then cheating itu bukan semua orang ya. Cheating between you guys, between a partner. Apa yang consider cheating for both of you? Kalau menurut lain cheatingnya misalnya teks gitu ya, menurut kalian teks itu nggak cheating ya nggak apa-apa. You have to define for yourself and for your partner. Jadi harus berdua itu baru diconsider as a cheating based on agreement. And then kalau misalnya ternyata salah satu di antara kita cheating gimana? What is the consequence? Itu sebenarnya ketika mengkomunikasikan is actually to prevent. Kalau misalnya kita ngelakuin satu, oh shit, this is cheating.
Ya. Balik lagi kesadaran diri gitu kan. Oke, I've gone too far nih gitu. Oke. Monoton dalam hubungan.
Ya.
Jatuh cinta, sparks, all the butterflies in your stomach, and then you get to reality after your 3, 5 years, 7 gitu kan. And you get bored of each other. I don't know if that's the word atau apa gitu, tapi ya monoton gitu. Is it normal? How do you get back to the sparks? How do you deal with it?
It is normal. Feeling bored in relationship, that's normal. Gitu ya. Borednya karena apa? Situasinya, atau mungkin you need new activity, try new things together yang belum pernah. Itu pasti akan bosan. It's a human nature kok. Kalau feeling bored with your partner gitu, try new activity together, atau coba sesuatu yang belum pernah dicoba. Misalnya gitu, atau I don't know, anything that you could try together yang sebelumnya belum pernah. Sesimpel misalnya, when is the last time you date your partner, your wife? Go on a date, yeah.
Oh, it was Valentine's Day.
Okay, Valentine's, that's good. So keep dating your partner.
Oh yeah. She sent me a reels yesterday. The importance of husband asking the wife for a date.
Right,
Jadi pihak laki-lakinya yang kayak we should go on a date gitu. Instead of her asking gitu. It's also important.
Dan mau siapapun nanya itu sebenarnya nggak ada masalah sama sekali. Tapi the idea of asking beda dengan yuk kita pergi makan, beda. When you ask let's go on a date, siap-siap kan, you prepare yourself, gitu. The idea that we are going on a date, itunya, gitu. So that's very important. Dan make time.
Rutinitas tuh penting, enggak?
What do you mean by rutinitas?
Like having the same place to go every meal gitu, atau itu malah nge-trigger boredom?
No. Try new thing aja, nggak ada masalah, itu nggak ada aturan atau gimana sama sekali. Kalau memang belum bosan dan memang enjoy, ya nggak apa-apa gitu. Try to make ritual with your partner, for a bit of connection. Sometimes kan kadang gini, kita lagi duduk nyampe dari rumah misalnya gitu ya, and then pasangan nanya how was your day? Ada tau, lihat deh TV ini tadi lagi ada cerita ini deh gitu. And then the partnernya ya udahlah nonton aja gitu. Well actually what they are is actually bid for connection.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
It's not about
it's simple things kan.
It's not about what happened on TV.
No,
tapi it's not.
No.
Yeah.
It's not about what happened on TV.
How do you know when the relationship udah nggak bisa ketolong?
Udah nggak bisa ketolong? Banyak. Tapi salah satunya adalah when you can't be yourself anymore. Itu satu. You feel suffocated in relationship.
Yeah.
When you feel suffocated, definitely you don't feel hurt, you don't feel seen, and you don't feel valued.
Itu tandanya lo harus sudah selesai.
And then you know that actually you're not happy in a relationship.
Got it. Bukan bosan, karena bosan masih bisa dibantu.
Iya, beda. Bosan itu ya lagi bosan sama rutinitas mungkin. Kayak kita nonton TV mulu. Kemana kayak gitu.
Oke.
Beda.
Oke. I have 2 siblings.
Okay.
Young siblings.
Single?
Ada 25 dan 13.
Okay.
I'm really curious about yang 15, which is Gen. It's one of those gens. I forgot what it is. I think Alpha or something. Gue memposisikan di kursi dia ketika di umur segitu. Mulai melihat, all these movies, and I really wanted to know how does it feel to kiss somebody. I really want to know how it feels to hold somebody's hand and be in a relationship gitu. I don't think I see it in his generation gitu.
Umur berapa?
15 gitu.
Okay.
So we're talking about the very very young generation. We see Japan misalnya and their lack of love. We see even today's age banyak banget dari mereka yang Instagramnya nggak ada postingan sama sekali. And when I figure it out, it's about confidence. Mereka takut dicengin sama teman-teman mereka nggak mau, makanya ketika pose dengan ibu mereka sok tough yang gitu-gitu kan. So it's a totally different generation of falling in love. Is it normal what they're doing, atau is it concerning? Is it what's your take on this?
Concerning kalau misalnya if you're talking about social media ya, like some of my cousins pun juga they have second account, third account, tapi empty gitu. Tapi yang dia pakai hanya dengan circle-circle temennya hanya kayak misalnya cuma 5 orang, 10 orang, yang gitu-gitu. So I ask why. It's about confidence and self-esteem.
Exactly.
Mereka nggak ready untuk ketika diposting and then ada komen, oh you look good, you know, oh you look this. Jadi the self-esteemnya tuh kena ketika di komen. That's from my family ya. Maksudnya I keep asking people why gitu, buat apa gitu, kenapa. And then I think probably because of the value as well. Kalau dulu itu kan kita nggak ada ini dengan social media ya. Too much information, right? Right now it's too much information or standard TikTok lah atau apapun itu gitu. So I think it's overwhelmed for them. What should I follow? Gitu. Ini yang mana, gue harus gini nggak? Gue harus gini nggak? Jatuh cinta harusnya gimana sih? Ini betul. Harus gimana sih? Gitu. Should I follow this or that? Gitu loh. Jadi I guess mungkin karena faktor luar itu juga yang akhirnya ngebikin kayak ya udahlah nunggu aja deh, diam aja deh gitu. Instead of chasing, you just wait.
Dan itu nggak apa-apa sebenarnya atau?
Nggak bisa dibilang nggak apa-apa ya, kalau nggak prihatin sih sebenarnya gitu. Sebenarnya karena kan jadinya kayak kita nutup diri ya.
Betul.
Lebih banyaknya nutup diri gitu. You don't go out. As simple as people ask why are you still single misalnya gitu. Although it's not ini ya nggak, it's rude to ask people why are you still single. Because of my job, so it's easy for me to ask. How long have you been single? Okay. Are you single? Enak banget kan kerjaannya.
Yeah.
And then tadi mau ngomongin apa ya lupa. Oh ya, jadi
self-esteem.
Iya, self-esteem. Mereka kebanyakan ngomong ya udahlah just wait, if it is meant to be, meant to be. No,
Gak gitu, lo harus kejar.
Gitu. That idea gitu loh yang bikin kesel
I
gitu
get what
loh.
you mean. Oke. Kita itu dibangun sebagai makhluk sosial.
Yes.
Dan ketika kita tidak bersosialisasi, you cannot just sit and wait for love to come.
Exactly. Gak bisa tiba-tiba cucuk-cucuk dari rumah jatuh. Itu
dan mereka adalah
gitu.
generasi yang selama pandemi dikekang di rumah, jadi gak bisa keluar. They don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So and if you don't know how to socialize, you don't know how to fall in love.
Yeah.
Wow.
And being introvert. And then should I come to the man and say hi and how?
Okay.
Gitu loh.
So that's the question berarti. How do I do it? Banyak berarti sekarang gitu ya. Gimana cara kenalan gitu ya?
Iya, banyak.
Wow, jeez.
Banyak. Sementara kalau zamannya, at least zamannya gue ya gitu ya. Di restoran ada tisu gitu, nomor telepon.
Iya.
Ada yang gitu. I don't know whether you can find that kind of situation. Kayaknya enggak deh.
We went to PIM, me and my brother.
Okay.
He kept on looking at this girl. I said, "Do you want to say hello?" Like, no, we don't do that.
Yes.
But do you think she's pretty? Yeah. Then go fucking talk to her. She's your age gitu.
Yep.
Apa? Is it considered rude, weird? Enggak kan?
Rude, weird, and then gini, too much too much information. As simple as kalau zamannya dulu orang tua marah-marah mukul anaknya, ya udah namanya juga orang tua. Kalau sekarang anaknya bisa bilang, oh that's abusive.
Got it, yeah.
You know, that kind of things.
Yeah,
gitu.
yeah.
So it affect them actually. As simple as kita ketemu sama orang, duduk, and then you just flirt gitu, talking and then flirt, right? Flirt, I love flirting karena kan it's connection, right?
It triggers reaksinya dia gimana,
It's playful. Anak-anak tuh sekarang tuh enggak, aduh kayaknya nggak enak deh gitu. But also people who love flirting or enjoying flirting is actually because they're comfortable with themselves.
Oh, you're right. Dia pede sama diri dia ya.
Kalau nggak comfortable, mereka nggak akan berani untuk flirting.
Is that the sexiest feature of a human being? Being comfortable in your own skin and yourself?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I bet your ass. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's the most important thing. You have to, gimana sih? Comfortable with yourself gitu.
Yeah.
Dan itu bisa di-build ya.
Itu jarang sekarang.
Itu bisa di-build. Intuition bisa di-build. Critical thinking bisa di-build. Being flirtatious itu bisa di-build. Whether you want it atau enggak.
Okay. I know you've answered this, but I want you to say this to the people. Is there such thing as the one?
No. There's no such a thing as the one. The idea is only one person for you. That is impossible. billion of people.
Got it. Ya, betul.
Jadi nggak mungkin gitu. If you want to meet the right one, then make it happen.
You built the one.
You build the one. You look for it and maintain it.
You asked me a question tadi before we begin.
Yeah.
The question you asked was, how did you know that I wanted to get married?
Yes.
I want to ask you the same thing.
Yeah.
How did you know that you wanted to do it?
I can be myself. Completely being myself. The first person that makes me can be vulnerable. It's so hard for me to be vulnerable. I have a lot of wall barriers gitu. I built the wall. I teach people to be vulnerable that time. But when I experience that, it's a different story. When you experience that and you evolve, it's that and then I feel the emotional connection with my fiance. That's the most important things, right? Banyak orang yang mereka connect but not emotional. Atau kalau nggak mereka in relationship udah lama atau mereka nikah udah lama, but I don't feel connect with him. I don't feel connect with her. I don't know them. Itu sering. Sementara me with my fiance, we always talk and we communicate everything. That's why we create the cards kan. We have a card.
Yeah?
Yeah, deck card. It's dating, intimacy, relationship.
Wow.
So those cards actually we created dari pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang kita sering ngobrolin gitu.
I need to buy that card. Where can I get
please.
it? Where can I get it?
I'll send it to you.
I want to buy it.
Yes. Jadi dating, relationship, intimacy. One deck is 60 cards.
Wow.
60 question, ada activity. It's a deep talk.
Does it get dirty?
Oh yeah, intimacy. Intimacy, it's getting
So I can't play it with my boys berarti ya? Bisa aja ya?
Bisa. Ada dating, relationship, intimacy. Dating for couple that actually they're in the dating stage to get to know each other. And then a lot of people they get into a relationship after they play the cards karena they see the compatibility.
Yeah.
Relationship is for a couple to connect to one another in terms of emotional and check in to each other, check into your partner. How do you feel about our marriage? Is there any needs that I haven't fulfilled yet?
It's beautiful.
What do you need from me this week?
Wow.
That's kind of question. Or as simple as banyak question lah. And then ada activity, engage eye contact. Eye contact, gaze inside your eyes for like 10 seconds without talking.
Yeah.
And then how did it
feel?
make you feel?
Yeah, I love doing that shit.
Yang gitu-gitu. Jadi ada intimacy. A lot of people they don't talk about their sex life. Karena buat beberapa orang, sex just something you do, is not something that you talk about. But if you want to have a good sex, satisfying your sex life, you gotta talk. You have to communicate.
You gotta tell what you like, what you know. Yeah,
exactly.
True. Okay.
So those are the deep conversation sebenarnya to be vulnerable to each other.
I got one last question then, and I want I've asked my team to prepare some questions for you from them. Because I know they'll be very interested. Cuman, I love my best friend to death. It's a she. I won't name names.
Right.
And the thing about her adalah she's only dated once.
Okay.
And that's recently. She's my age, just a year older gitu. Kriteria dia dalam mencari seorang pasangan. Ini hanya sebagian dari 25 kriteria.
Okay.
You'll listen this. Jawa. Ya banyaklah populasi Jawa kan. Katolik. Tinggi 180 cm kalau pakai Dokmart. Brewok tipis, kerja di BUMN, pandai soal makanan dan penyebutannya, pandangan terbuka atau open-minded, punya mobil tidak menggunakan motor sehari-hari, boleh mobil dari orang tua, independen, sebelum dan setelah koma atau titik jangan ada spasi, nggak perlu pecinta blue cheese tapi nggak anti keju.
Okay.
This goes on until 25.
Yeah.
We don't have the time to read this.
Right.
Is it her fault or is she just fucked up, like she can't find, or can she find true love? Because I've been trying.
Yeah, she can find true love if she's not focused on that list. I did that before with my client. He came to me with all of those lists, and then we sit together. Sedikit dirobek. You don't need this. Just fuck the list. Just fuck it. Karena you have to date outside of your type. Satu, we never know. Jadi kayak misalnya gini, mereka terlalu fokus ke hal-hal yang gak support the long term relationship. Tinggi, kerja di mana, you know. Terus udah gitu apalagi
itu kan masa depan dong berarti.
masa depan, tapi bukan kerja di mana, bukan tinggi. Ada pekerjaan atau enggak? Kalau memang ada kerja di mana, which is berarti financial stable, bener?
Iya.
Iya. Terus
Iya benar juga ya.
harus kerja di BUMN. Kenapa kerja di BUMN? Berarti ada sort of like criteria dong.
Yeah.
Orang yang kerja di BUMN tuh gimana misalnya gitu.
Yeah.
Then focus on that, bukan fokus ke yang dia kerja di BUMN. As simple as when my clients come to me and then they say like, Zola, I want to meet someone yang memang dianya tamatan dari luar gitu. Kuliahnya paling nggak tamatan dari luar.
Okay,
kuliah dari luar gitu. Oh, kenapa? Karena yang dari luar mereka open minded. There's no guarantee.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
right.
my ex di luar NPD. What to expect gitu. If you want to find someone open minded, go find someone that open minded and define what open minded for you. Karena open minded itu broad banget dalam hal apa? Dalam hal seks, dalam hal pendidikan, dalam hal apa? Politik dan segala macam gitu. Banyak kan, agama dan lain-lainnya. So define itu dulu, get to know yourself dulu. Terus kalau misalnya memang mau ketemu sama bule deh, karena bule juga kan open minded. Terus udah gitu juga sama family-nya nggak ribet. Loh, belum ketemu sama Italian sama Spanish juga ribet gitu loh.
Oh, the British are crazy.
Yes, that's the thing. Maksudnya you need to know why you need to have those lists. Instead of why don't you just think about how do you want to feel in a relationship? Gitu loh. Dia malah nggak sebut values kan?
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna sign her up for Heart Inc. I'll pay for it. Jadi I really want to be. Karena it's something that we talked about for years, and I mean I love her to death, but I need her to be with someone.
When is the last time? Last week I had a coaching with my client, itu udah 3 kali. Before that she had a list 25 mungkin 20 list. Harus top 10 university. Terus kerjanya tuh di mana ada hygiene semuanya segala macam, breakdown, tinggal priority cuma 4.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I break down everything.
Yep, that's what I need to do. Ada pertanyaan dari kalian?
Pertanyaannya adalah gimana caranya bisa melepas trauma itu atau mengikir sedikit trauma itu dan berani untuk kenal orang baru lagi. Karena kalau dibandingin aku yang dulu tuh kayak dulu jarak 3 bulan ketemu orang baru fine. Kayak value dalam hubungan aku punya lah, tahu value apa yang aku butuhin dan segala macam. Jadi itu sih gimana cara ngilangin trauma itu.
What are you afraid of?
Tidak menjadi diri sendiri dan tidak bisa growth secara
itu. So you need to find someone that can make that you can be yourself. Juga itu satu. Karena kan kamu udah nanya karena tadi pas kamu bilang udah lama off relationship, terus udah gitu ini must be something. And then ternyata possessive and then controlling. And then jadinya kamu nggak berasa jadi diri kamu sendiri, bener? And then my question adalah, what are you afraid of? Kamunya afraid nggak bisa jadi diri sendiri kan? Then you need to find someone that you can be yourself around. Gitu. Jadi kadang kamunya mesti ini dulu, ask yourself gitu. Dari kan kita bisa flashback ke relationship yang sebelumnya. Yang memang kamu nggak mau dalam relationship itu apa? Make a list, ya. Jadi ketika kamu make a list and then how do you want to feel in relationship, itu bisa di-compare nanti gitu loh. Dan kamu ketika ketemu seseorang,
jadi step up gitu ya?
Iya.
Gue jadi naik level nih gitu ya?
Iya. Karena we have to learn from our relationship. Again, any kind of relationship either is a blessing or is a lesson learned. Definitely you learn about you can't be yourself. Kalau nggak sama dia mungkin akhirnya nggak tahu kalau misalnya ternyata di relationship itu kamu nggak bisa jadi diri sendiri, gitu loh. Jadi dari sisi kamu mungkin kamu bisa list down yang memang relationship yang seperti apa yang kamu mau. Yang kamu nggak mau itu apa? Ternyata possessive kan, controlling, which is it's part of abusive, emotional abuse, controlling, gitu.
Terkadang ketika kita melewati sebuah hubungan yang tidak begitu indah dan misalnya controlling atau abusive gitu, di hubungan selanjutnya kita yang jadi kayak gitu karena balas dendam terhadap perasaan kita dulu digituin. I see that often from my friends and from past experience from other people gitu. Gimana cara kita nge-stop menjadi orang yang kita benci? You get what I mean?
Yes.
How do you cut those traits? Ya sama kayak dari orang tua, ada kelakuan apa mau gua cut nih, itu gimana caranya?
Be aware aja. Ketika kita ngelakuin itu ke orang, tanya ke diri sendiri, digituin enak nggak?
Iya. Sesimpel
Ask
itu
yourself,
ya.
sesimpel itu.
Okay,
When you want to do something to someone, when you want to do something to your partner misalnya gitu ya, you want to control your partner. Ask yourself, kalau misalnya dikontrol kayak gini enak nggak rasanya gitu?
Ngerti. Oke.
Karena controlling does not show off that you love someone.
Wah, itu sering banget ya.
Ya.
Gue begini karena gue sayang sama lo.
Iya. Kan gue begini, gue posesif karena gue sayang. No. That's
Tai.
manipulation.
sorry. Iya manipulatif tuh.
Iya, itu manipulatif.
Gimana tuh orang manipulatif?
When you love someone, you let them grow.
Wow, that's a good closing in fact. Zola, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Anything else you wanna
for
add?
Enggak, kayaknya udah banyak ya.
How can people find you and have an opportunity to sit down with you for an hour?
Okay, just go to my website atau kalau enggak on my Instagram Zola the Matchmaker, di situ ada infonya.
Yep.
And then ya udah nanti just contact my team, nanti kita bisa set up. Bisa online, bisa offline juga.
Perfect. Zola, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bulan Februari adalah bulan penuh cinta. So thank you so much for reaching out and having this conversation. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, anything else you want to add? That's it?
That's it. Probably I'm gonna ask like for single people, don't chase for chemistry,
That's right.
or waiting the one, nunggu datang gitu ya. Just fuck the one and fuck the sparks. That's it.
Wow, perfect. Kalau gitu saya Yes Lawrence.
Saya Zola Ioana.
I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
See you, bye.